Hello and welcome to my very late CEO memo for March. I did promise you last month that I was going to get it out earlier. That has not come to be, but nevertheless, I am here now. It has been a very, very busy last 4 or 5 weeks now. In fact, it was our busiest month in business, and that is a fantastic place to be in. What that indicates is that the market is beginning to move. Digital marketing is sort of like the canary in the coal mine, or marketing in general is, in the sense that when people begin to restrict their spending, marketing is often one of the first things to be cut. And then as the market begins to pick up, you start to see that people are wanting to spend more on marketing, especially that digital marketing piece. So what we've seen since the beginning of the year is that business owners are definitely of the opinion that they need to take the bull by the horns, that they need to be investing into more marketing spend. And that's been translating through for our clients that we already work with, not only spending more, but obviously new businesses coming to us. With that said, though, and it will come through in the stats that I show later, lead generation in the services sector is still relatively flat, so it can be lumpy. We're speaking to a lot of our trade clients at the moment, and they're saying they'll get lots in one week and then not so much the next week. And then in April, we have school holidays starting at the end of this week, Easter and Anzac Day as well. So one hopes that once we get through that period and we're into May, that things really start to lift off. Hopefully, there's a rate cut in New Zealand tomorrow. I know that the RBA in Australia left rates as is while they go through their election cycle. And then hopefully they begin to cut on the back end of the year. So all signs are pointing to it being, a better economic position. But of course, that requires us to do the heavy lifting. With that in mind, you'll see that my office is very messy. Typically try to keep it nice, at least for these videos. But that is because I have put a wall across my office so that we have more space, because we have employed 3 new staff to join us, one in the ops team, 2 in project management, and 1 in the sales team, to expand out what we are able to deliver for you. So that's quite exciting to have new skill sets join us that have AI experience, website experience, deeper project management experience. So, good to have that in the office. We've had a really strong team over the last couple of years and forged some excellent results. So really, really excited to have those people join us and add to the overall knowledge and body of experience that Web Wonks has. So we're out to my conferences. I spoke at 2 conferences in the last month. The first for Halo Trade Group, who are a plumbing buying group in Auckland or the North Island predominantly. That went down really well, quite good. And then I spoke in the Gold Coast over the weekend to Nationwide Jewelers, who are a jewelry buying group. So it was a bit bigger of an audience that I spoke to over the weekend, and it can be daunting. Plumbers to jewelers, it's a slightly different market. I was a little bit more casual in the first one, a lot more structured in the second. I always critique myself quite heavily, but apparently it was well received. So it's good to be able to go out to market to share my experience. Been doing this for a long time now, not only 15 years in the industry, but having been a business owner and employing staff and dealing with all of the things that we all end up having to deal with. You become quite not jaded so much, but very aware of the realities of being in business. And so being able to talk to people one to one, it cuts through a lot of the noise and the puffery that can definitely occur in marketing in general. So, always good to see that and to be welcomed and invited, to be honest with you. It's very humbling. Couple of things with regard to sponsorship this month. So we've got 2 new sponsorships. The first is the under 85 grade for North Harbour Rugby, which is quite exciting. I referee senior club rugby, so I had my first full game a fortnight ago. Obviously, I was away in the Gold Coast, and I'll have another one this weekend. So that's again very good for business in the sense that I have to be challenged on the field. That man management is flows through back to work, and then obviously work flows into the way that I handle the games on the Saturday. And then the other sponsorship we have is the Martin Devlin Sports Podcast. So that's exciting. I think I'm going to be invited onto that to talk rugby refereeing. So if you're not already listening to that, you can find it on Rover. Yeah, I think Martin does a fantastic job of giving us his sporting insights and keeping everyone honest in terms of, what they say and what actually takes place on the pitch. So then we have a product that I wanted to talk to you about, and I'll share my screen. You can see my hair is all out of whack, needs a haircut. I'm quite disheveled. I didn't fly in till 2 this morning. Our flight was cancelled and rebooked, so it's just a little bit tired, to be honest with you. Nevertheless, I shared the right screen and made that mistake last year. So, PMax, what are we doing with that? So, a lot of clients will be using Performance Max now. That is a product that bundles search, shopping, display, video, maps, and Gmail. So because it bundles all that together, it can be difficult to see exactly where your leads are coming from and what the success of the campaign is. So this new product that we are releasing will actually pull out a lot of the information. So we'll get deeper insights to what's profitable, and you'll see that on the screen. What's costly, what's sort of one-off, what's happening as flukes, low-performing products that don't convert, and then, as Raj has written here, zombie products. So ones that really are not ever served by Google. And important to know that information, because if you've got a particular product that you want to promote and it's not being served by Google, is there an issue in the merchant center? Should it have its own campaign fully? So we've got budget so that you're getting obviously the returns from that. If you've got a lot of stock for that particular product, for example. So we will release this more fully in May, but definitely something to talk to your project manager about because, as I said, most of our clients are using Performance Max now, and there is a lot that can be learned from it if we tease it out and look at actually what's happening for you. And that targeting is going to yield significant results, especially, as I said, that we've got more advertisers coming into market. So then finally, we have our insights. This is the 1st of March to the 31st of March. Excuse me, you'll see there that users are down slightly, but our revenue is up 10%, so that's really good. I think it was a stronger March than it was last year. If we have a look at that, we'll be able to see. So March 24, 56,000 users, 3.3 million in turnover, and then 1.6 million users. And then this March, extra 300,000 to 3.6 million, 60,000 conversions, and 1.7 million users. So good to see that. Would like to see that continue into the year. As you'll see in 24, we did really see that dip and not climb until Black Friday. So hopefully we see some consistency and higher growth into October, November. And then full conversions, so form submissions were up slightly. Email and phone link click still down. Well, they say it's down, it looks marginal, so it's within a variance there. But given that we've only really rebounded off of what was our November 24 numbers, and November 24 was actually down on what was happening in those mid months, really it's still sort of, I wouldn't call it stagnant, but it's not really pushing yet. And it'll be interesting to see what happens this month because we have Easter, because we have Anzac Day, we have school holidays. Is that going to have an impact upon lead generation? So yeah, lots of movement in the market, but potentially not so much in the way of lead generation quite yet. As I said, retailers are doing reasonably well. So a mixed bag out there. As I said, we had a really good month and we employed some more individuals, but that is sort of that lead is going to take another couple of months to come through. So I'm going to jet off. I hope that I've covered this succinctly and sufficiently because I need to get to another 2 meetings today and then a whole bunch of admin to catch up on. So I will do my utmost to get a CEO memo out on time at the end of April. Don't hold me to that. Have a great month.